So we'll be traveling together with some pilgrims with me to the Holy Land and to Oberammergau. So right now I'm ready to go, and hopefully this will be a very meaningful and fruitful pilgrimage and journey, especially for all of us pilgrims, for me personally, and for the rest of those coming with us. That's our departure area. This is Pearson International Airport in Toronto. Terminal 1 departure area. We're all seated here.
Thank you for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. Lufthansa is now inviting passengers seated in boarding room 3.
We're now boarding. So we're now boarded. We're now here, boarded in the airplane. So there are other pilgrims here with us.
If you've been to a telecom hotspot on board, please activate the Wi-Fi function.
We're now here, going to Gate C. Those are the pilgrims. We're going to Gate C. We have to ride a train to come here. We're going right there. And we're going down the escalator. Escalator is here. We've been walking for some time now. So we're now here at the Frankfurt Airport. I'll be interviewing the pilgrims. What do you feel?
Oh, wonderful. Then it's nothing to complain.
Were you not lost?
No, because we have the sign. Maraming highway.
So we're now
At saka
almost
maganda
about
na yung sa
to
kanila
board.
na nakasiminto na eh. Barrio.
Lufthansa from Frankfurt to Tel Aviv. So we're now here at Ben Gurion International Airport in Tel Aviv. We're now going to customs. Here are the pilgrims. So there's 28 of us here today, this afternoon. We're going to customs. So we're now here at Ben Gurion International Airport. We just got our baggages. So we're now going to our bus. So there's 28 of us here this afternoon.
You can keep it here around.
So we're stopping by here for the washroom break before we go to the bus.
I have to watch all the time my mobile if they are texting me any messages. Only at the end they will call me that you are coming out. Otherwise I have to follow up the messages. Okay. No such a luxury for tour guide. No.
So I'll be vlogging.
Okay, guys, so I forgot to tell you, okay, I have interstitial lung disease, which in the layman's term is starved lungs. That's why you can hear me coughing, not 24/7, but quite a few times in a day. So don't be concerned. It's not virus. It's not COVID. Okay? So.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I know because once they cover
The rest of the people here. Okay?
So those who want to go to the bus, let's go.
On the top of the cave where Jesus was born, we will go to shepherd fields just in case that I'm not going to push you. I want you to have the best experience. So in case that we will not make it till the closing hour to the shepherd's fields, don't worry about it, because immediately following day I have an opportunity afternoon to make it in a very good pace so you can enjoy every single place where we go. I already do have a little case with the whispers, which means that tomorrow, I'm not going to give it to you today because you are tired from the journey, and tomorrow morning I don't want anybody to forget this little gadget in the room. So tomorrow in the morning I will be distributing to you whispers, which means that I'm going to have a master mic and attached to me, and when I will be speaking, you do not have to be in the close proximity to me, but you will still hear me because you will have your little receiver and you will have your earpiece. Okay, so it will make our life much easier when we are somewhere and people do not want to raise the voice, tour guide do not want to raise the voice. I can speak quietly and you will still hear me, and in case that you are looking at something and you are not following me, you know, in a close proximity, you will still hear all the explanation. So this I will give you tomorrow. Don't worry about it, how you are going to hear me when we will be outside and sometimes wind is blowing and so on and so forth. You can see that we have here still very beautiful weather. It is actually the beginning of autumn now because in the evening it gets colder. So please, simple fact that you see now a beautiful sunshine, do not underestimate evening. I do not want anybody to wake up in the middle of the night sneezing. The other 75% of the population is Jewish population, 22% is Muslim population, less than 2%, and you hear me well, less than 2% of people who live in Israel are Christians. Doesn't matter which denomination they belong to, Christian by large, and then more than 1% of the population are people who belong to a small minorities. When we will be traveling in the north, I will be talking about the minorities. They are mainly break away from the mainstream Islam religion. Okay, nothing to do really truly with the Christians. But we have like over 1% of these, and also who fall into this 1.5% are those who actually do not believe in any religion, do not believe in God, which to me is absolutely not understandable how somebody can go all through the life without believing in Lord Almighty. But nevertheless, He gave us, we know that God, He gave us free choice. It's very easy to force somebody to do what will please you to do, but actually God, He didn't order us to love Him. He gave us choice to love Him, to believe in Him, to worship Him, to turn to Him in our everyday life, not only in our needs, but when we rejoice, when we need to talk to Him. And that some people, they just go, you know, like some lost boat on the ocean, that they go without guidance of a Lord through their life. To me, it's not so understandable, but that's my opinion, and following Lord, it's my choice. So I am, just to tell you about me, 2 sentences. I am originally from Czechoslovak Republic, which nowadays doesn't exist. It's Czech Republic and Slovak Republic. I'm Slovak. I live in the country 38 years. I got here not because I'm Jewish, I'm Christian, I'm Catholic, and I got married to a fellow who is also Christian and Catholic. So this is how I ended up here. I have 4 children. Mo, he has 2 children. He has a boy and a girl. I'm older than him, so I already got 2 boys and 2 girls. So I know him for many years. I also know his father. It's a lovely family. They live on Mount of Olives, which is one of the very important mountains in Jerusalem. I live in Jerusalem, and some few years ago I moved not very far from Bethlehem to a small outreach of Jerusalem, but it's already very well covered with the region of Bethlehem as well. So I will be in quite a close proximity to your hotel. When you are sleeping in Bethlehem, me and Mo, we are not sleeping in the same hotel as you, because there is a rule in tourism that if the group is staying in the place which is less than 50 kilometers from our place where we live, then we are not eligible to get a hotel. But when we will go up to the north on Monday we are traveling up to the north and we will spend 3 nights in Nazareth, then me and Mo, we will be staying with you in the same hotel. Okay? So I already told you about the population of Israel. Now, Israel is not a very big country. From the northern point of Israel down to the southern point, it's less than 500 kilometers. Less than 500 kilometers. Northern part till Jerusalem, from north till Jerusalem, this is where the majority of our rivers and lakes are. So it's very green and it's very posh, and when we will be traveling you will admire beautiful fields. Once you are moving direction down to the south, it's a sequence of the deserts. Actually, the moment we will travel out of Jerusalem direction to Jericho, you will hit Judean desert. After Judean desert you have Negev, and after Negev you are approaching swiftly direction down to Elat, and you are then going to Zion. Okay, so it's crossing to the Egypt. So to tell you that 2/3 of the country is arid, I am telling you on the spot, you have to drink a lot of water, at least 2 liters of water per day. Now, it's not a joke. If you feel lightheaded or slightly dizzy, you might already have a 1st degree of dehydration, which is very dangerous. And that's why I want you to drink. Since I encourage you to drink a lot of water, it's my duty to point to you where the washrooms are. Because I know ladies how they are. Unless they are not sure that they will find a washroom, they prefer not to drink. I know, and that's why I'm telling you it's my responsibility always to point you to the washrooms. So really truly drink, because I will always point you to the washrooms, and in the moment of emergency I will somehow manage to get you in some washroom. Okay, so please do not stop yourself from drinking the water. Now, I know you are very excited and you have a feeling that you don't even want to sleep, you just want to go and you want to experience. Please take a very good rest, because tomorrow, the moment we will hit the program, and Father, he can really tell you that I am telling you the truth. The moment we will start to do the program, there is a lot of walking. You see, this is a hilly country and the cities are built on the hilly surfaces. So you will be going up and down and up and down, and it will take a lot of your energy. So I always need you to get a very good night's sleep. I want you to be alert whenever we are traveling and we are going. I want you to absorb as much of the information that you can absorb. Okay? So really truly take my advice seriously, and when I tell you, when you come to the hotel, now what, we will be there in less than an hour. If we don't hit some kind of traffic, it's not going to take a long time to reach Bethlehem Hotel. So go to the room, unpack a little bit your suitcase. Okay, you have 4 nights here, so you have things to do with your suitcase. You will have a dinner. Which time would you like to have a dinner? Past 7 o'clock? Okay. 7 o'clock dinner. Now it's 6 o'clock. Okay. Around 7 o'clock you will have a dinner and then go to your room and have a very good rest. Let me call the hotel, please. Ateş bittak min holla hotel. Sea. Permit when we come to the hotel. So 6 o'clock a.m. you will have a wake-up call. Approximately half an hour you need to put yourself together. And 6:30 you will have your breakfast. Okay? If you need more time than half an hour in the morning, then make sure that you will wake up a bit earlier. And 7:30 please, I want everybody in the bus because we will be leaving hotel. Be so kind, 7:30 we will be leaving hotel. Our program, it's rich, and do not forget please that we have in a very precise time, in a very precise locations we have our masses. So I cannot be very much, like lost in time, because if we do not show up for our mass in time, they can give our chapel to another group which didn't make reservations. We do have reservation. We are not just hoping that we will find a spot. We do have reservations, but there is a rule. If group doesn't show up within 10 minutes from the time they are supposed to start their Holy Mass, church can give the chapel to the group who is waiting there, praying that somebody will be late, and to give them the space to celebrate the Holy Mass because they didn't make an arrangement in advance. Okay? So we are now reaching, as you can see, we are getting closer and closer to Jerusalem mountains. And here you have some beautiful villages. On the right side you have an Arabic Palestinian village. You can see that there are minarets. Those tall towers, these minarets, they are representing the tower which is built next to the mosque. Muslims, you remember I told you 22% of the population of Israel are Muslims. Okay? In these villages usually there are no Christian families. We are anyhow less than 2%. So there are no Christian families. Why? How comes I can tell you this one flat out? Because I don't see any churches built there. Okay? You can see a very beautiful terraces which are full of olive trees. Next month there will be a harvest of olive trees. Olives are very important. They are important already from the Bible times. You know that olive oil, and especially the first press, which is virgin olive oil, it was the oil which was then delivered to the Temple Mount, and they use it, priests, they use it for menorah. Menorah is 7-branch candelabra, which was lit in the Temple Mount 24/7, and they used for God only the top-notch, best of the best, which means that the first press, when they pressed the harvested olives, it gave out the oil which is called extra virgin olive oil. Then they put up aside this oil because it was then taken to the Temple Mount in Jerusalem, and then they started to accept more and more to receive more of the very first one, just like the first fruits or animal. From we will be traveling, and when we will be talking not only the history but also Bible, we will be mentioning Old Testament and New Testament, just like we are mentioning it in the churches, just like we are reading it when we are in our houses and we are reading from the Bible. There are 2 languages in the country: Hebrew language, which is an official language, and Arabic language. You know, we have schools, separate schools for Hebrew children and for Arabic children. But there are some kind of the schools like pro-peace schools that they mingle together Arabic and Jewish children. So it's a little bit more complicated as I just described it. In the Jewish milieu, you have schools for the secular children. You know, we have a big part of the population in the Jewish milieu who are ultra-Orthodox, who are very religious people. So of course they have schools for their children. They do not mingle their children with secular kids, because in secular Jewish schools, boys and girls are together. But in religious Jewish schools, boys and girls are separated. They do not put them together in the same schools. And Jewish people, they divide themselves in two mainstream. One, those are the ones who came from the Europe or from the States, and they are, you know, they are like, I would say, very white people. You know, like from Germany, from Hungary, from Poland, from former Czechoslovakia, from this and from Russia and from United States. These people are called Ashkenazi. And then you have people who came from the Oriental countries, like Spain, Portugal, Argentina, and people who came from African continent, because you had Jewish people in Morocco and Tunisia. So those who came from these countries included people who came from Ethiopia, and people who came from Ethiopia are black people. So these are called Sephardi. And they believe in one God, and all of them, they follow Old Testament. They separated, they live separated, they live in different quarters, they go to separated synagogues, and their children, they go to separated schools. So we have schools for Ashkenazi boys and girls, and schools for Sephardi boys and girls, everything separated. So we are talking 4 different kind of schools. What about Arabic schools? Well, to tell you honestly, we have also separated boys and girls, but nowadays there is a lot of schools where boys and girls are mixed together. There are governmental schools, and these only Muslim children, they go because they are for free, and all what they teach, I mean religion-wise, is Islamic religion. So no Christian family will ever send their children to governmental school because there is no Christian religion. And then we have schools in the Arabic milieu which are led or which were established by the churches, nuns and priests. And these schools, they teach both religions because they have pupils, Muslims and Christians. So they teach both religions. Christians go to Christian classes and Muslims, they go to Muslim classes. They don't mingle together, of course, in the religious classes, but otherwise they sit in the same classroom, Muslims and Christian kids together. So this is how it is in the education place, and of course universities, that's it, done. Everybody are sitting in the same classroom. Muslims, Christians, Jewish, everybody are sitting in the same classrooms together. When they go to Jewish universities, in Arabic universities, Muslims and Christians together, boys and girls, but no Jewish person will ever come to study in the Palestinian university. Never. Okay, so, but in the Jewish universities, all of them are attending who choose to go and to study there. Biggest town in Israel, Jerusalem. Almost 1 million of people live in Jerusalem, almost. Some statistics they claim, not statistics, but some they claim that it's already 1 million, but statistics didn't support it yet. You know, there is one thing, that when there is a census that people, they do have to be counted, ultra-Orthodox Jewish people, they refuse to participate. And it is only because God, He promised Abraham that you will have so many descendants like the grains of the sand on the seashore, or like a stars on the heavenly sky, that nobody will be able to count them. And that's why they refuse to participate, because they take it as a direct order from God that people, chosen people by God, should not be counted because they are uncountable. This is how they took it, so they do not participate in any of the census. Look, honestly, people they know or government knows how many people are born, how many people died, how many birth certificates they are issuing. So it can be assessed easily in a way how many people lives in the country, but really truly you need a very good census to get a precise numbers, and if a big part of the population does not participate in it, then your numbers are a little bit shady. So the biggest town in the country, Jerusalem, almost 1 million. Second one is Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv, almost 500,000 of population. Tel Aviv is a modern city. Jerusalem is an old historical city. You know, from the time of Abraham, we can read about Shalem, which is Yerushalayim, Jerusalem, Shalem. Okay, it was good. Tel Aviv was established in the year 1906. So it's a very modern city. Jerusalem, it's, you know, like a melting pot. From tomorrow you will be able to experience it. We will come to Jerusalem 2 days in a row to accomplish the program. Tomorrow, Friday, and after tomorrow, Saturday. Then Sunday we will be going down to the Dead Sea. We will see Masada, we will see Qumran, we will see all the city in the world, Jericho. You will be able to take a dip in the Dead Sea. So this will be a very beautiful experience as well. And then on Monday we will be traveling up to the north, to the region of Galilee, to the place where Jesus, he had his ministry for 3 years. Nazareth, you will be sleeping in Nazareth, place where Jesus grew up. And we are now reaching the borderline. You know, when we were traveling, the little Arabic villages that you were looking at them to the right and to the left, because you can even see here and there that you see portions of the separation fence. You know, you will, don't worry, you will see much bigger fence which is built of concrete, high 8 meter high. But this is actually like a border between West Bank and between Jerusalem district. Palestine is separated from Israel per se by separation wall, but still by large Palestine it's a part of Israel. Palestinians who live behind the wall, when they want to come to Jerusalem or to Israel, so they need a special permission. Some of them they get it, some of them they don't. Those who have it, they work in Israel as well, because the salaries in Israel are much better than the salaries in Palestine. Our visit of the old city of Jerusalem, it's after tomorrow. Okay, so we will not be walking inside of the walls of the old city. Walls of the old city in Jerusalem, they are surrounding the space 1 square kilometer. This will be after tomorrow, but even though tomorrow walking down from the Mount of Olives and then making also there opening, okay, and then even making a small walk, you can even take for some of your friends if you can get few of them. So when we will be walking tomorrow Mount of Olives and Mount Zion, please make sure that always you are wearing a very good walking shoes. Okay, something which is comfortable and which protect your ankle. Do not come with some sandals, please, because it's so easy to slip when you have sandals. And don't wear flip-flops, just forget it. Okay, wear the best walking shoes that you have with you on this journey, and this is how you will protect yourself. Now tell me something. I am just pointing it to you so you know why there is a wall and why there is a fence and sometimes barbed wire, okay? We will not get too much into politics, you know, very minuscule explanation when we are passing. You are here on completely different journey. This is not a political trip, this is a pilgrimage. You know, when you are coming to the Holy Land, you are coming as a pilgrims. And when you will be leaving Holy Land, you will be literally living as a disciple, somebody who followed Jesus, you know, like he never followed him before. So, Father, I'm going to Arabic people live, and you have New Jerusalem, which is mainly occupied by Jewish people. Okay, they live there. So, to your left-hand side, you have already a suburb of Palestinians. They live here. You can actually, very soon, you will be able to differentiate what is the place where Arabic people live and what is the place where Jewish people live, because all the Jewish suburbs, they are a result of urban architecture, which means that you can see very straight streets and you can see almost identical houses. So this is something which is a part of a very well planned building. But when it comes to Arabic houses, you know, each one built according to how much money he wants to spend on his building and how much he can afford and for how many families he is building. So you can see a variety of the houses standing next to each other, and sometimes the streets, they just end up like a blind street that you cannot continue forward. So it's a little bit different setup. And very soon you will be able to differentiate it without me even telling you that this is Arabic suburb and this is Jewish suburb. People ask me many times if the water from the tap is drinkable. Look, officially water from the tap is drinkable, but I will be very honest with you. We local people, we do not drink from the tap. Of course we use it in the kitchen. We use it for cooking, we use it for our tea, coffee, whatever. But directly we do not drink from the tap. So we either have a filter at home, or we are by large, we are buying the big bottles of the mineral water, and this is what we are drinking. It is your choice. Not going to tell you that you are forbidden to drink, but take my strong recommendation and make sure that you are purchasing your water. Every day we will find a nice place where we will have our lunch. Sometimes we will be looking for something simple, you know, because cuisine is the part of the culture. So sometimes we might take you to the place where it's simple kind of food like shawarma, which is grilled meat on the skewer. It's a very beautiful sandwich. And those who do not want to eat meat and want to have something vegetarian will eat falafel, which are like a small balls made from the grinded cooked chickpeas. Okay, it's something that it's very special for this country. So this will be one of our lunches when we will be up in the north. Then of course we will be eating some Peter fish, because how can we go around the Sea of Galilee and not to have some Peter fish, for instance? Okay, so just to let you know that we will always include in our daily program the lunch. Yes.
Pay American dollars?
Very good question. If you can pay in American dollars, absolutely yes.
They don't use euro here.
You can, if you have euro, you can use euro as well. You can use American dollars, and you can use plastic.
Yeah.
There are some small places, maybe they will not accept that, they will say no, it's cash. Don't worry about it. If you don't have cash on you, your friend will cover it and then you will return it to your friend.
What would be the average lunch cost here?
That's what I'm telling you, that it depends on this is what is the difference between the lunch, between the sandwiches, which can be like $10 to $13. It's including the drink, you know, you have a very good sandwich, lots of salad, and drinks of your choice. You want cola, you want juice, you want water, whatever you choose. And when it comes to fish it's around $32.
Expensive.
Yeah, the fish is expensive.
Is it good here?
Absolutely divine. And on the table you have all kind of salads that you can imagine, you know, and the moment that they see that the salad's finished, they will bring you new salads and new salads. And they will place carafe with the water on the table and you can drink as much as you want, and they will be putting more and more. But of course fish is only one. It's not that they see you finishing the fish and they are running with another fish.
Is it whitefish?
It's St. Peter fish, it's tilapia.
Oh, I see. St. Peter's fish. Okay.
Yes, please.
Some people prefer to have the same seats.
Here the temperatures is dropping dramatically. So take it very seriously, please.
So what time do we normally finish our daily tours? Like 6 o'clock?
Look, the church is appendix. Inside there is the Rachel's tomb. But only Jewish people can enter there. And now we are approaching the separation wall, which is separating Palestine and Israel. It's Jerusalem, but Jerusalem is part of Israel. So you are still in Jerusalem district. The moment you cross the wall, you will be in Bethlehem in Palestine.
So where's that separation wall?
We are approaching it.
Oh, there?
Yeah. Patience is a virtue. So now those people who get the permission to come from Palestine to Israel, on your right hand side, it's very complicated checking post. People, they have to present the documents that they obtain for entering the Israel. You know, it's quite humiliating experience when you are going there. You have to literally drop everything from you so it can go through the x-ray, and you don't just freely walk in. It's a sequence of a lot of rotating doors, sometimes just for fun. When you are just in the middle of the rotation, that they block it. So you are standing there and wondering, you know, first you start to move it because you panic for a second, then you realize that you don't have to panic, because they always allow certain number of people to cross to the next windows and then again. So in the very beginning, sometimes there is accumulation of hundreds of people, and then once they and those who are inside, they are not under such a pressure because they are allowing only certain number of people to go through these rotating revolving doors.
Is that a daily occurrence for those who work in Israel?
Yes, absolutely, of course.
So they go through that
Every single day, every single day.
like an hour that they had to spend?
Some of them, they come here from 3 o'clock morning to make sure that at 5 o'clock they are outside waiting for their employer to come and fetch them. Because majority of them, they are working on the constructions. They are working on the constructions, so very early morning, their contractor is coming and he is taking them in advance to the building site, but on the way home they have to make their own way. He's not bringing them here.
It's a long day for them.
Yes, very long day, very long day. Majority of them, they have permission till certain hour per day, so they have to cross back before this hour expires. And some of them who work in the far north, they get permission, so then they are renting and they are staying in the destination. And those soldiers and border police, they are Israeli. What you see here, you see the lady, she's going to open her luggage. She already presented her ID card, and one. The moment she goes, they motion, now you are crossing the wall. they will motion for the next person that she can now come. Only one by one. You should never go any closer. Only when they motion to you. Sometimes they close the gate, which of course you never know beforehand, so it's horrible when you are driving to the gate and then you find out that the gate is closed, so you have to go back all the way and to use another exit.
So there are different exits then, not just this one.
For Palestinians, it's only this one. There is another exit for Jerusalem cars. Nowadays, they are allowing also Palestinians with certain permission to go through these exits.